Notts County episode 12, and it is an FA Cup first round proper preview. Do you love the FA Cup, George?
Oh yeah, I love the FA Cup. Absolutely love it. Some of my like first memories of football were from watching the FA Cup on TV.
Yeah. I think we talked about our earliest memory of Notts as well being an FA Cup game, wasn't it?
Middlesbrough, yeah.
Yeah, weird
Tony
how that's
Scully.
both our, yeah,
both
our earliest memories of pretty much Notts. So it's
we
big
didn't
FA
even know
Cup
each other
week.
then either, did we?
No, I wish we didn't still, but there we go.
Savage.
FA Cup weekend, Rochdale first round proper. Obviously, we got past Tamworth in a replay, and personally, George, I think that Tamworth replay is the best thing that could have happened to Notts.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Ruben even said it. Like I've been saying it since that replay. Ruben said it in his post match after Grimsby. It's amazing that, you know, if that replay didn't happen, Vincent doesn't come into the team, and what an impact he's made on the team since he's come in. Incredible.
Yeah, dropped down a little, but you know that lift that he's given has got us the big win against Stockport, and it's just all looking very good at the minute. And we've just briefly spoken before we've gone on this, and we'll elaborate on it in a bit. But the confidence is massively there. Evening to everyone that is joining us this evening. It is a very big preview. We also have our giveaway, so we will put that up on the screen in a minute of how to win. George, you got a little mug?
Certainly have, yeah. I've got a tea. I was just telling Tom before I came on. I actually made this yesterday. Cup of tea, it's still warm.
Piping hot.
Yeah, piping hot.
Lovely, love it.
Lovely.
So we'll go on with that. To win, and I'll put this up and speak about it later for anyone that has missed it. Last week it was hashtag win the mug. This week it's hashtag mug club. So if you put hashtag mug club, you will be automatically entered into the giveaway. You know, if you do it once, you'll be put in once. If you do it 50 times, you'll still be put in once. It literally only counts once. So duplicate comments do not count. George, Ian in the chat has talked about the party, saying you didn't miss much. Obviously, it's a big occasion to miss the game for, but how good are you?
Oh, I can't tell you. You know, needs must. You know, family comes first, stuff like that, especially when it comes to little ones. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I read that, on the verge of tears.
You were one of the people, and a few people got this on an app they were using.
Yeah, FOTMob.
Tell us what happened.
So I'm sat.
The club are part
you
of
know,
FOTMob.
my daughter's fairly young, so the party was dying down a little bit at this time. Started about 2:00. So I'm sat there looking at my phone, thinking, "Oh, we've done it. We've just got to hold out for another minute or two now, yeah." And then notification came off my phone: Grimsby won, Grimsby score, Grimsby won, Notts County won. And I thought, oh, for God's sake! Like after doing 90 minutes of what sounded like a fairly close game, difficult game, we've gone and undone ourselves again in the last minute. But obviously, it was a mistake on FOTMob's behalf. But
I bet your heart sank.
It did, yeah, it did. Because you believe it. When are things like that ever really wrong? Was there even a glimmer of there being a goal?
There wasn't even a chance. I don't know what happened.
I wonder what happened there.
There literally was no. We managed the game really well, and not that there was long to manage the game off. But honestly, I tweeted it as soon as it happened. The away end literally erupted. Like, I know it's a thing people might not like the saying, but it genuinely was limbs. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was there with Jake, and literally, I think we went down a couple of rows. Like, it was unbelievable. And the celebrations, the funniest one, I think you had to be there to see it. And the main jumped in the crowd, but it had nothing to do with the goal. And he gets pulled out by the stewards. It was so good. And the fact Ruben said he was that tired, he couldn't even do the little front flip he wanted to do. You know, you get that rush of adrenaline after a goal like that. He couldn't even manage to do the front flip. Shows you how hard he works. He does work hard. I don't think the picture is particularly good, personally, but it's a huge win. Is that better than the Stockport win?
Yeah. Away from home against a side that, I mean, they did lose the game before, but they're banging form, top of the league. They're looking like a very difficult team to beat, as they are, where Stockport haven't really looked. You know, we've talked to a Stockport podcast, haven't we, about it? They're not overly confident in their side at the minute. Obviously, they've just appointed a new manager, so that's probably going to change. But no, I think it's a much better win. I think it was a better performance against Stockport, wasn't it? Because it's the sort of style we want to see us play. But I think to have the characteristics of the squad to be able to win games both styles of way, it's what you need in a promotion season.
Did you see that we had 2 shots in the whole game? They had 17.
Mm-hmm.
Did you also see that 15 of their 17 was off target?
No, I didn't actually, but that's
testament to how
that is.
We literally, I love that word. We literally defended the 6-yard box perfectly, and they were pop shots, they were crosses that were being headed well wide. Patterson not really troubled at all. I'm sure you've seen the highlight of Dion Kelly Evans' block is probably the closest they came. They hit the bar, but it wasn't. I think it was sort of a cross, and it was never going in. Genuinely, on the balance of play, first half Grimsby definitely had the better. Second half, it was not. So
yeah. Well, I've got to be honest with you. Obviously, I watched back the vlog as well. It's like sort of reliving the moment a little bit, as closely as I can.
Yeah, I remember messaging you after the game. Like I was on low battery as it was, but I had to just put the tweets out. And you asked me how it was going, didn't you, early on?
Yeah,
I think I lied to you a little bit because Grimsby were all on top. I didn't want to make it feel sad at a party, so done you a favour then.
Good man.
Done you a favour. Also, worst parking I've ever seen at a ground ever. I parked in front of someone's drive, like halfway over someone's drive. Nightmare. Anyway, we'll get on with your questions. If you have not entered, it's #MugClub. You'll be in a chance of winning a Notts County Talk mug. George made that cup of tea yesterday. It is still warm. We have 5 on order, don't we, George? They are all being well and no delays. They're being delivered on Tuesday, so they'll be given out. Daz won last week. We're going to try and do one for the next 5 weeks, aren't we? Maybe do 4 and then put one in a Twitter giveaway, but we'll see. So we'll get on with some questions. First question, George. Would you be tempted to rest a couple of players or go with strongest side against Rochdale?
Strongest side. Strongest side. I think maybe drop Robertson. I kind of talked about that, didn't I, before the Grimsby game. We've given a week to be rested. We are sort of used to playing Saturday than playing Tuesday. It seems to be the cliche, doesn't it, really, for Notch managers? But I feel like we'll be well rested. I think a lot of the players will be well up for playing a League Two side. They're not doing great. I think they're 13th in League Two, aren't they? So for me, on paper, they're beatable. And I think what a great way to measure up where we are, against the League Two club. We know we're sort of finding a bit of form. Bertram seems to have found his favourite 11. So I feel like if you was to start flinging out players that aren't in the normal starting 11, like 4 or 5 changes, it disrupts that flow. And I don't think you can do that too much. And I think a win against Rochdale to this, like our strongest team, will do wonders for confidence. It really will. So for me, keep it the same or nearabouts, like maybe 1 or 2 changes, like Nemain starting instead of coming on as a sub and Robert starting. But other than that, no wholesale changes. I feel like the VARs, or whatever you want to call it, is sort of the tournament that we should be playing, like maybe resting players and playing players like Elisha Sam.
The trophy.
Yeah, the trophy, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if there was a midweek game after this, I'd definitely rest players. Mm-hmm. But to answer your question, I think at the moment, just keep it strong. Ruben is 1 yellow away, but no, I think it's competition specific, isn't it? So it wouldn't really matter. Yeah. Charlie Slater, I told him he was suspended, but I don't think he is. So that's all right. Good question though. Thank you. Max says, and it's here as evidence, if Eli Sam scores a hat-trick, he'll donate £100.
Who to?
Fair enough. Who to? Yeah. Who to? Ooh. Do you prefer Birchnell or Ardley? Now, this might sound like Ardley's above Birchnell right now, isn't he, in the league?
I think he is, yeah. He is.
Do you prefer Birchnell or Ardley? Birchnell for me.
Birchnell, yeah.
Definitely. He's a manager. He's a manager that's proactive rather than reactive, and we saw that at half time. He literally changed the whole shape, and from that moment on, Grimsby had nothing against us. Nothing at all.
I remember being frustrated under Ardley where in the first season, like I know we did really well, but it was so predictable. 60th minute, if Thomas wasn't playing, if Thomas was playing, Dennis would come on. If Dennis was playing, Thomas would come on. It was the same subs every game at the hour mark, no matter what the scoreline was.
Scared to take Reeves.
Yeah, whereas I think Birchnell was shown from literally, I think it was his third game, that he's not scared to make a rash change if he thinks it's going to change the game, because he's under the, like he puts that forward that we're a squad, we're not one player, so it's squad before sort of player feeling. So for me, it's Birchnell because of the football we see, and yeah, it's nice football, I think.
Yeah, going back to Grimsby, I want to say I never mentioned it in any of my videos. I forgot, but thought Grimsby got poor from without the two key strikers. They had a player called Souza. He used to play at Accrington. Honestly, George, I couldn't really describe him to you because he won't be on any of the highlights. He didn't score. He didn't obviously get an assist. Unbelievable. Literally dribbling the ball out of defence. If anyone else went to the game, can back me up how good that Souza was for them. I'd take him at knots all day. Very, very good. I think at one point he made Ruben and just ran it out of defence. He was a ridiculously good player. Ridiculously good. Would we sign Patterson if Sunderland let him go? Yeah.
Yeah.
If not,
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. If Notts went up, fingers crossed. If we go up, I would try and sign Patterson. Guaranteed first team.
I literally think the success we're seeing recently, a lot of that is down to Patterson, more than he's probably given credit for. Oh, wow.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Lou, massively appreciate that. The content from the start. We definitely will. And we'll see you in the NAV probably. We'll go in before the Solihull game, won't we?
Yeah, I was actually planning on going in there with a meal because my partner and my daughter are coming, so
yeah.
Grab a bite to eat and a pint. Thanks, Luke.
Luke, massively appreciate that. Thank you. Ian says Souza was good. Yeah, he really was good. We look ahead, we've talked about Grimsby. We'll look at Rochdale. Before I do that, can I just remind you, #MugClub gets you one of these mugs that I've already said a few times. George made that last Saturday, didn't you, George? And it's still hot.
Yeah.
It's still warm.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we can't promise that. We can't promise that it'll keep it warm, but it might do. Okay. So we were sat after the Tamworth game, the away game, and Yeovil had been a very good away trip, hadn't it, for us? Bosch Yeovil, Ruben 2 goals. We think famous thing on this channel, is this a turning point after the poor results? And Tamworth do that. We then have the replay. And since the replay, let's include the Tamworth games and the Yeovil game, we have massively turned it around, haven't we? Absolutely massively turned it around. We're playing different formations and still managing to turn it around. We're playing big teams. Genuinely, and after the 3 losses we had in a row, I was adamant that we will go into these, I think it's a 9-game run, and the way we're playing, I could see us losing 5. I could see us losing Stockport the way we're playing. I could see us losing to Grimsby. I could see us losing to Chesterfield coming up. How impressive has this run been since the Yeovil game? I know we had the Tamworth draw, but the Tamworth draw was an FA Cup tie away. So those things happen.
Yeah. Very impressive. Very. I'm thinking of the last couple of seasons we've been in the National League. There's not really been a real memorable run other than that. Was it Christmas last year, after Christmas, when we went on that unbeaten run? Really good. But, the caliber of opposition that we've played recently and the performances that we've put on, I mean, from the league, we've gained 7 of our last 9 points, where we were left, the game where we picked up 1 point against Bromley, we left that feeling like we should have won. We played well. We played well enough to win. We created enough chances to win. It was just unfortunate. So it's convincing. Whereas I feel like, sort of maybe touching back on the Ardley subject, I don't want to keep, going back to Ardley. It was never overly convincing, was it? Maybe it was a handful of times, but not at the moment. Like, we're playing such good, fluid football. Sometimes you look at it. I mean, even against Stockport, some liquid football going on there. The Bromley goal. Liquid.
Yeah, liquid. Collins put something here which is interesting. I've not really thought about this. He says he can't think of a single goal against us. It was a great move.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that as well. Yeah.
So Barnett obviously didn't score. You've got Torquay. The biggest of mistakes. Torquay go down to 10 men, and your mate Danny Wright.
Danny Wright.
Wow, that was a shocking error, and it cost us the points because they just got to sit in their shell. We did score from Wootton, but it's very, very sloppy. I can't think of a goal, and if you can, put it in the comments. I can't think of a goal against us that has been a class goal. Bromley the other day bounced in off Michael Cheek. Stockport, ridiculous from Rawlinson to give the penalty away. I'm just looking through Halifax. Patterson mistake. To be fair, Halifax's second goal is decent. It's not a great pass.
I was going to say Halifax had a couple of decent goals, to be fair.
But they weren't.
That's the only game I recall where there was, some good quality goals. You look at Woking, we conceded 4 goals, but we were just undone. Like, heads had gone, capitulated. We did the same thing against Halifax. It was just a bit of a bad phase, I think. But, outside of those 2 games, we've literally been our own worst enemy when it comes to conceding. It's been our own fault. It's not like we've been undone by oppositions. And I think a lot of that, you've got to credit Birchnell for it, because Birchnell set us up to play a certain way, and he can only do so much in terms of instructions. A lot of the way we've conceded has come to individual error. So,
Ian says Halifax's third was good. It was good, to be fair. It really was good. In about 5 minutes, I'm going to draw the giveaway winner. So just keep an eye out for that. So let's go to Rochdale then. Let's look more in depth at the FA Cup, the opportunity to go forward in the FA Cup. This a draw on paper when it happened. I think it happened either pre or post Yeovil. I feel like it may have even been pre Yeovil, and it was underwhelming, wasn't it? I was pretty underwhelmed. So came out. I was looking for big side away, local rivalry at home. I think Mansfield at home would have been good. Mansfield away would have been okay. I wouldn't really want to have travelled there though. I think some big sides came in at this point. Last time, obviously, we forfeited last year. The time before that, we got Northampton away. And I don't know if anyone remembers Northampton away, but that was bleak. I think there were 2 up very early on. It was freezing cold. You didn't make it to that game, George. But it was shocking.
That was a good League 2 side, though. Did they get promoted that season?
I'm not sure. I only follow National League. That's it. National League.
I'm sure they got promoted that season, so they were a banging form League 2
side. Yeah, they were very, very good. But this is a massive opportunity, I think. And it's something I really want Notts to take. I know we want to focus on the league, but if we could beat Rochdale in the cup, breeds confidence, keeps the momentum going, good money. I've just seen someone comment about maybe 5 minutes ago about the potential crowd for the Solihull game. We could get another crowd like that for a very good home tie in the FA Cup. What do you think the crowd is going to be for Solihull? £5. You just mentioned your partner and daughter will come in.
Yeah.
There'll be many people like that. My partner's come in, so that's 3 people you wouldn't normally get in Med Lane. That's going to happen all over the stadium.
Notts County Talk has just gone up by what? 200%. Get
them on the channel.
I don't know. It could be massive. I think we'll obviously see a big spike. What kind of numbers though? I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it?
The record's set by Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
And I feel like
is it 13?
Something around 11, 12 or 13 more. But I feel like, win against Rochdale, I feel like we could break it. We could break that record. If we beat Rochdale after beating Grimsby, Stockport, Yeovil, I really do think so. Have a guess in the comments.
Is the international break on then?
I have no idea.
I think it might be.
I only follow National League football. I don't follow.
Because if the international break's on, you might get a few more fans coming from Birmingham. Birmingham won't be playing.
Our largest attendance since being relegated was Filed football for a fiver. Yeah, I mean this is literally been plastered on the side of a bus. Did you see that? Football for a fiver.
I actually saw it before I saw the tweet.
Yeah, and honestly, this is something this needs to be done, right? This has to be done. And tell me if anyone agrees. Why the club not doing student tickets?
Yeah, I agree.
That has to be done.
Yeah. When you look at the scale of students in Nottingham, like you've got Trent Uni of Nottingham, That's two big universities. There's a lot of students that might have a free Saturday, free Tuesday night here and there around the work that they have to do for uni. Get them in. Like that. That could be massive. That could be literally bringing in a few hundred extra fans a week, which is huge revenue.
But it grows the club. I know people. I know friends that have gone to universities and still follow. Like, even if they don't support them, they follow the team they went to the university of. Like, it's a massive opportunity. Like you say, it's a huge uni city. Get fans in. How much is an adult ticket? 20? Do student for
10.
10, 12, even 12. It's going to bring more people in, and they're going to bring people in because this is a positive season. So I really think the club should be pushing student ticket, and even student season tickets would be good. If you're a student, you're going to be here the whole year, or even students that live in Nottingham already, get them into the ground. Because when Ned Lane's got a full capacity or a large capacity in the ground, it's really, really good, and it definitely helps the side.
I'll just keep enrolling on courses to get a cheaper season ticket.
75 and you're doing your English literature degree. Racking up the debt, but you're getting it back on your season ticket.
I'll be the smartest YouTuber around.
Yeah, YouTuber. Right. Team news. What team news do we have?
I think we have to talk about Ruben, and
go on.
And the scouts that were supposedly there on Saturday and have rumored to have been there quite a few games this season, not just on Saturday. I
sat next to a PSG scout at the Grimsby game.
Honestly. I think that was for Dion.
Was it? Oh, they've got too many attacking players, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. That's the problem. They're looking for someone to firm it up a bit at the back.
So,
and not make Messi. I don't mind Karen.
Right. Go on then. Talk about Ruben.
There's apparently championship scouts watching him. I think one of the clubs mentioned was Blackpool. Yeah. Crazy.
How true is that? How true do we know that is? Like,
it could all be hearsay.
It could be.
Apparently there was what was the last home game? Bromley or Stockport?
Bromley.
Apparently there was an Ipswich scout in as well for that. But yeah, there's so many players they could be coming to watch. But for me, I think you're always going to pick Ruben because of how well he's playing.
Yeah, they could literally be coming to look at, if they want another striker, Carl Wootton. So if they want someone to play in a 2 that holds the ball, like you've got Wootton. Could be still all those out of form still could be looking at Cal. Could be they could even be looking at Patterson as an option for when he goes back. So what happens in January then? Bid comes in for Ruben Rodriguez. What happens in January?
Now we talked about this, haven't we, in our little chat with a few of our mates. I mean, I think anything could happen. I really do. Like, I feel like it's so. We've not really seen it happen, have we, yet, under these new owners?
No, but we don't see eye to eye on this, I don't think.
No, we probably don't. But I feel like we kind of didn't see eye to eye on the small squad at the start of the season. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like the model that they had in place sort of overlooked that now. Like, no one's really talking about that now. Now, I feel like the owners would possibly sell Ruben in January.
No way.
But I don't think they'd sell him and just sell him. They'd have a replacement lined up. Not a Ruben Rodriguez, but they would have someone lined up. Like, they'd have. I feel like they've got things boiling in the background that no one knows about until these things happen. And don't get me wrong, no one's going to walk into the club and after 4 or 5 games you're playing like Ruben. It's like even Ruben didn't do that. So it's obviously not that easy, but I do feel like if the right bid came along, I don't know. I think we could see him go potentially, because you've got to look at it from a personal perspective, from Ruben's perspective as well. Like, no disrespect to him, right? He's 25, like his prime age. That's not disrespectful, I suppose, but he's 25, like his prime age to start kicking on in your career. If an offer comes in, he's going to be wanting, I feel like, to go for it. Maybe if he feels like he has an affiliation with Notts and he'd like to see it out a little bit this season. But then you look at that and think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty certain. I feel like his contract's up at the end of the season.
I agree with Alan. That's just put, if we do sell him, it's good business. If we went, whatever happens, we're making big money on him. We're making big money. And Chris has just put, I agree with this, and I'm sure you agree with this. If we don't go up, Ruben's gone. 100% Ruben Rodriguez is not an outstanding player next season if we're still in the National League. But I do not see him going in January. Could you imagine if not so, let's say, still playing like this, we've come through the tricky 9 games, like pretty decent. I expect us to lose maybe 1 or 2 in this 9. Let's say we go through these games, and then let's say we're sat second, pushing close with Chesterfield, and then they sell Ruben Rodriguez, and we just don't push on for that first spot, playoffs, and that's it. It could literally risk the whole promotion. Yeah. He is that good. I feel like it would be so naive to sell him. I get the model, and I get that teams like Brentford and things have done this, but I feel like it would be absolutely ridiculous to sell him. Even if a massive offer came in. We signed Cal for like, was it 60 for Cal? Or was it 60 for Kyle?
I think it was 60 for Kyle. It was undisclosed for Cal, so we never knew.
Right,
but
so
I don't think it'd have been that much. I think the thing with Wootton, he was quite well regarded, wasn't it, at Scunthorpe? So I think we had to tease him a little bit to let him go. He'd never really made an impression in the league, really. So it wasn't like, I don't know, a massive signing on their behalf. Oh, like he was playing for Blythe Spartans that was struggling in National League North. So I don't think, I can't imagine us to have been throwing money at that. Do you know what I mean?
No. So how much? An offer comes in January. What is, because every player has their price. What offer is too much to turn down for a team in the National League?
I don't know.
If 100k came in for Ruben, it's a no. For me,
yeah,
200,
without a doubt. Yeah,
because we signed Wootton for 60 and he came down divisions. So Ruben's going to go up, possibly 2 divisions, and if some things are true, possibly 3. I genuinely, I might be being ridiculous.
Football's a crazy thing, though, isn't it?
300k.
Honestly, don't have a clue.
Like, so Alan said, what about the players who could bring in?
Yeah.
But then would we get them over the line in January? I don't know.
It depends. Like we could have the next Ruben Rodriguez, in our sights already.
Lewis Knight Rodriguez.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. We've not seen him fulfill his potential. He's just
injured all the time. Yeah. But we would actually get more money in January. I think you always get a higher price in January. You could see a team that maybe are in League 2, quite desperate to get promoted, and they're in around that 4th or 5th spot, wanting to go. But for me, absolutely no way we sell him. No way. He's too good.
Yeah. No, I hope you're right, but it's so unpredictable. I think you can't really say for sure. Do you know what I mean?
I love this question. Who's worth more, Ruben or Tashamanga? That's hard.
I'd say Ruben. He's like the thing. I've obviously not seen Tashamanga play that much. Obviously, he gets goals, but what else does he do? Do you know what I mean? Is his hold up play as good as some players we have? The thing with Ruben, he's scoring goals, he's assisting goals, he's creating chances, he's getting the ball back. Yeah, he's everything.
He's absolutely unbelievable. And no doubt Tashamanga is a fantastic player at this level. But why hasn't he been picked up higher division? But anyway, Ruben Rodriguez will be with us until 2025 when we're in League 1. You heard it. Right, let's go for our lineup then. What formation would you play? We look so much better as a back 4 on Saturday. But can you? I know we're talking about Rochdale as a side that are beatable, but we are going to a side that are a division above us, and they're a division above us for a reason. So, what formation are you playing?
3-5-2.
Okay, I would agree. In goal,
Jake Keane.
No, stop being ridiculous. In goal, it's got to be Patterson. I don't even know if Slocum's fit.
I don't know either. But do you bring him in?
No, Patterson in goal.
Yeah.
Back 3 then. I would go Brinley, Rawlinson, Kyle Cameron.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I've pretty much made it obvious what my starting lineup's going to be.
Yeah. Fullback or wing backs.
Taylor and Dion.
Okay. Yeah, I'll agree. I'll go with those as well. Taylor and Dion. Midfield. I wouldn't. Well, I'll let you go first.
Probably go Vincent, Palmer, Jim O'Brien.
I go Palmer and Jim O'Brien. I would leave Vincent out.
And put Callan.
Ruben in, and Kyle Wharton up top.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'd go with. I know he's going to pull something stupid out of the bag, and he'll play like Eli Sam, Cairo Mitchell, Ed Francis, and it'll work because he's tactically very good. Back to the first question we answered on there, or second question. I like Birchnell because he's unpredictable. What he did against Wrexham shook Wrexham up. It did. But that's my lineup. I would just swap Carl and put him in because it's nice to have a cut run, but it's not the end of the world if we lose, is it? It really isn't the end of the world. So I think bring him in, give him 90 minutes. He's gonna score. He's having shots on target every game. Look, he hit the ball against Bromley. He forced the first save, probably of the whole game against Grimsby. Let him come in and let him. This will be a game you want to show how good he is, won't he? I think.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay, we are going to draw the giveaway for the mug. If you haven't entered, now is literally your final chance to put #MugClub in the chat, and it will automatically put you in the draw. It's literally your last chance. Any mugs going today? Will. Now, Will is regular on the channel. You'll know. Will, I've just spoken about it. It's at the bottom of the screen, mate. So I would just say
he's not that regular anymore, is he?
Well, he's not. He hasn't been. He's been to one game this season.
I've not seen. I can't remember the last time I saw Will.
Who?
I'm not sure.
Don't know who he is. Anyway, #MugClub. Get it in. Right, power of technology. Let's see if it works.
Everyone get him in.
Last opportunity.
Got a few seconds.
Got to put the hashtag in front of it though.
Yeah, hashtag MugClub for the chance to win.
Okay, can we see that?
Will, if you're watching, get it in, mate.
Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to do the draw. Second of the 5 mugs, 19 entries this week. It's tense. It's
very tense.
We have a winner. Mad About Trains is the winner. So that is 2 of the 5 mugs gone. So if you contact us on Twitter, probably the best, Instagram or Facebook, but probably Twitter's the best, we will make sure you get that mug. We get them delivered on Tuesday, so we'll get that straight out to you. Well done. That is 2 of the 5 given away. Congratulations. Yep. Right. George, score prediction. And everyone get your score predictions in. What are you going for?
I don't know. What are you going for? Difficult one to call, I think.
I think we have a really good chance. Really good opportunity.
Well. Yeah.
So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Notts. I think Cal Roberts will go crazy on this, show everyone how good he is. He'll want to impress. I think he'll start. I think he'll get 2, and I think 2 of the goals will be both goals will be him cutting inside. I think we'll start really well with confidence. We'll get a couple of early goals, and I'm going with 2-1 Notts and an
nice.
FA Cup second round place.
Yeah, no, I think I do feel like we're going to win this one. I feel like it's one that the players are really going to relish. I'm going 2-0. 2-0 Notts. I think Palmer's going to get off the mark because, my God, does he deserve it. And Cameron to get another goal.
Fair enough. Let's see what you guys are saying. 3-2 Notts. That would be very good. 1-1 replay at Meadow Lane where we win 2-0. 2-1 Notts. 1-1 replay so we get to see it. It would bring money in. I'm not sure how Rochdale travel, but it would be midweek, wouldn't it? 2-1 Notts, but 3-0 with an Eli Sam hat-trick, £100 to a charity of your choice. I wonder what the odds are generally on that.
Give it to the youth academy if he does do it.
I hate to say it's not good. No money's going anywhere. 3-1 knots. Chris says, and Luke, again, Luke, thank you very much for your donation. You're really incredibly kind. 2-2. Bring them back to the lane with a pack cop behind. We can win. They're not doing fantastically well, are they? I think they're beatable. We are not travelling. We have other things happening this weekend.
It's on Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday, 2 p.m. I believe. No, 3. I think it's 3 p.m. 3 p.m. on Sunday. Extended highlights for BBC or something. It's not even on TV. So why they can't do extended highlights normally, I don't really know. Anyway, it's nice to have a game on Sunday. Just before we finish the video, if you've got it in your brain when we last played on a Sunday, let me know. I can't remember that. Have we played on a Sunday in the past few years?
I can't remember. I don't
know. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I think it's a game we can definitely win. Definitely win. So if you are traveling there, safe travels. Let us know how the game goes. Tweet us. Let us know via YouTube comments in next week's Pavis Perspective. Next week, we'll be having our third giveaway of the 5 mugs. So if you put your entry in, didn't win this time, you can win next week. And if you have enjoyed the video, please do subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. And don't forget to like and leave a comment.